Hello all, X Toasty Toaster here, also known as X Renaissance. This is my Assassin's Creed 3 Deathmatch gameplay as the Red Coat, as always. I'm going to have to apologize in advance, because if you're able to listen carefully, you'll notice that my voice sounds a little different. I caught a cold last weekend, and I'm still trying to get over it, but I wanted to keep you all updated, since it's been about over a week since I've uploaded my last commentary, and I really wasn't able to do so last weekend. First blood! And a cautious smoke bomb for me, because I heard whispers like everywhere. Anyway, that aside, in this video I'm using my regular skill set with smoke bomb, disguise, and knives, with different perks and streaks. My kill streak is significantly different from what I previously used, which were just the regular point streaks, like I believe it was 250 points for every like 4 silent kills and such. I never really bothered with streaks too much in ACR because it was pretty broke-ish, but in this case with Assassin's Creed 3, I'm using it with a kill buffer perk, which just reduces my streak by 1 instead of just resetting it when I die. I'll warn you all in advance though, I wasn't able to use my animus hacks in this video, which really frustrated me. I'm going to admit that I haven't really used animus hacks before AC3 since I wasn't too competitive back with ACR and ACB, and the game mode that I really focused on mostly was simple deathmatch in ACR, because there were OSBers or offensive smoke bombers everywhere. And naturally, I'm going to be brutally honest here, but when I got into deathmatch games in ACR, I did use OSB with poison because almost in every match someone would always use it against me. So, you know, why not give them a taste of their own medicine? But since Ubisoft revamped some aspects of the multiplayer, like getting rid of the unique stun button, which was B or circle for the PS3, I've been refraining from using OSB unless if it's an accident. Like, when it comes to using smoke bomb and my pursuer and target are next to each other, I'll aim or face a pursuer, and since the system is awesome, I'll end up killing my target instead. Though, now, I'll also use smoke bomb if I have a gut feeling that my target will use smoke bomb to stun me, but this is just to counter their smoke bomb and to prevent them from stunning, which leads us to X mashing or square mashing to see who can stun or kill first. I don't really consider this as OSB, but meh, that's just what I think. Okay, rambling aside, let me get to a quick, somewhat relevant rant. I did see a topic on the Ubisoft AC multiplayer forum saying that there should be a boycott or something like that of smoke bomb, because it's way too overpowered, apparently, similar to ACR's smoke bomb. That being said, there are a handful of ways to counter smoke bombs in AC3, like using the animus shield or wipe, and I find wipe to be really useful with manhunt sometimes. Plus the cooldown is at like 100 seconds in AC3 compared to what, 60 to 80 seconds in ACR. And even if someone does customize their smoke bomb to get the minimum cooldown, it can still be countered with animus shield or wipe, so I don't see why it's a huge problem. And that also reminds me, I'm sorry, but this is another mini rant. Ubisoft released a patch on either Thanksgiving or the day before to fix some things like stun locking and drop stuns, to name a few multiplayer issues. To be honest, I did find stun locking to be annoying at first in ACB, although it could totally be countered if you held Y or triangle to respawn. And I also could have sworn it was patched when ACR came out, because if I remember right, if you urgently stun your pursuer in ACR and they get back up, you can't stun them again for a few seconds or so. But that's also where your teammates come in, where they can save your ass from death and stun your enemy in which this process repeats, and etc. And before the patch came out, I believe AC3 resulted in the same, quote, stun locking, unquote, system. But with the new patch out, apparently stun locking isn't possible anymore. But I'm not sure if it's not possible to stun lock an enemy with your teammates. But other than that, I am a little upset that drop stunning got borked. For some of you that might not be familiar with the terms, drop stunning occurs when your pursuer jumps from the roof or some high place and lands on the ground to try and kill you. But there's a delay that occurs because they have to recover from the landing. So that means that they're unable to kill you, meaning that they're technically vulnerable in that state. And I personally have done a bunch of drop stuns myself. If my pursuer's on rooftops or some high location and they jump down to try and kill me, but they get stunned instead, then they totally deserve the stun. Plus, I mean, if this was done in real life, your body's going to naturally have to take some time to recover from the jump anyway. So, I mean, it is realistic, and I feel like they should just keep it. And I swear to God, this entire deathmatch match is filled with smoke bombs everywhere from me and other people. Also, I took a quick trip down to memory lane back when I mentioned OSB, so I really have to get this off my chest. But back in about August or September, I joined a manhunt match halfway through in ACR with some random people, and it was the second round and our team had to kill our enemies. So I was like, okay, time to kill people, cool. Apparently my teammates didn't like how I was killing the targets off because I wasn't using OSB with poison and a focus bonus. And I ended up getting hate voicemail from one of my teammates at the end of the match, which, well, if you don't like to hear swearing, you're more than welcome to mute for the next few seconds or so. But they kept calling me a motherfucker or a motherfucking American because of that, and the fact that they were apparently from Germany and saw my location. But don't get me wrong, I totally respect people from different countries because I have a handful of friends and people I know are in Europe and Australia and other places. But I mean, calling me a mofo because I don't use OSB and focus and poison, that's pretty low if you ask me. Anyway, since I got all of that off of my chest, I'm gonna go back to rambling to try and end this video on a lighter note. Since today is, or rather was, since it's getting pretty late here, Black Friday, I ended up splurging on a crap ton of games. I ended up getting Dishonored and Skyrim for $50 total through Amazon, which is a pretty good steal if you ask me. But they are single player games. But on the other hand, I know that they'll be worth it sometime soon because I'm getting close to finishing AC3 single player. I finally got to sequence 11, so I know I'm getting really close to just finishing the storyline. But I also need to finish some other side missions and whatnot because, after all, I am an achievement whore. Also, I bought Halo 4 at Target Online today because I didn't want to stop by my Target and risk getting trampled by all the crazy shoppers, especially since I'm 5 foot and I'm tiny. But back on topic, I may end up recording either single player gameplay for all games or stick with just multiplayer, but we'll see what happens. Good God, am I gonna go broke at this rate? I already spent a lot of money on Borderlands 2, AC3, the Elgato, and the games I just mentioned, so that's like almost 400 within 2 or 3 months. And I'll also be spending more once Bioshock Infinite comes out in February. But I really need to stop spending since my summer internship just ended, and I don't have a source of income right now, so I'm technically jobless. But I'm still trying to find a full-time job for when I graduate from my university this May. Also, I did set up a new router, thank God, because my connection was so unstable at times and when I'd be using my computer or laptop, some pages would time out, and when I jump onto AC3's multiplayer, I'd get a moderate nat rating, which I was very unhappy with. And so I had a few seconds left, so there wasn't any time to do anything, so I just threw in the dinosaur walk. Might as well. This definitely wasn't my best match, but I mean, I did get first, and I got 6 deaths, which really isn't bad. And that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. If you really enjoyed this commentary, gameplay, or both, please like and feel free to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Especially if you like the Bloodlust.